Hi students, welcome to Alphos e-learning program maths class. Now in this session students, we want to discuss about inequalities between the functions of sine, cos, etc. with some angles. That means here all are variables, you understand. Sum is here actually it is k such that here angles are acute. The sum is k implies here a value, suppose it is given as 30 degrees and then b value is some other value 60 or a is 15 degrees b such that, but the sum is always a fixed constant. A and b are here variables and sum is always fixed such that a and b are variables whenever it is given. Now let us observe students, suppose two values are there, only two angles are given in the data, those are secant A and secant B. When how you can write this kind of inequality? It is very easy students how to write inequality, just if you have a little bit knowledge about the graph of the function. Okay, so this is the secant graph which we can observe here, drawing from 0 to pi by 2 only, because our interest is angles are in between 0 and pi by 2. Once these are between 0 and pi by 2, then you can say clearly I am taking a comma secant A, b comma secant B. How we have taken a secant A, b secant B? The meaning is here, whenever you are taking a function y is equal to f of x, that is here secant graph, that is x. Therefore, abscissa ordinate, if I write x comma y, those are nothing but x comma secant x. Okay. So, whenever any point is on the curve y equal to secant x, suppose I am taking here a, one value, then correspondingly the ordinate is here secant A. And if you take b here, then correspondingly the ordinate is here secant B. That means this is the point on the secant curve, because this is our y equal to secant x graph. Moreover, this angle can be here, A is nothing but here some pi by 6 or pi by 3, 45 degrees, etc. some value. And in the same way B also. So we have taken the graph between 0 and pi by 2 here. Then what is the purpose of taking the graph? To use this one. So if I am taking here A and B 2 points on the curve, suppose you join them, then this is the middle point of the chord AB. So if you take middle point A plus B by 2 and correspondingly sum of ordinates by 2. After this, suppose exactly here, if you drop a perpendicular, this is what value actually? It is A plus B by 2, the abscissa value. And what about this value here? It is the ordinate you got, which is not on the curve. Now correspondingly you take the point exactly on the curve students, if I write, then this is A plus B by 2 you got. Now compare ordinate here, then this one is secant A plus secant B by 2, whereas here it is d of A plus B by 2 comma this one. How we got this value is, this is the abscissa students here and here. Correspondingly the ordinate if you take on the curve, it is x comma secant x. So here the ordinate value if you observe as this point is on the curve, secant of A plus B by 2. Now if you observe these ordinates ct and dt, okay, ct and dt if at all you observe, then you are getting here ct value is greater than how much? Dt. Okay. What is ct value here? It is nothing but secant A plus secant B divided by 2. The ordinate value only we are comparing, and it is greater than dt. What is the dt value here? Ordinate is secant of A plus B divided by 2. So in this way you can obtain here this kind of inequality, and you may get doubt here immediately where the equality can be obtained. When values are same, that is A equal to B students, then clearly you can get here the angle is here same. Okay, therefore this kind of inequality simply we can obtain from graph of the function. Now suppose students, if you observe this one, 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to pi by 3, what is the range of the function? F of x is given in this way. Okay, then also you can observe students, sum of the angles, suppose you take, it is a constant. What is sum of the angles? Pi by 6 minus x plus pi by 6 plus x. It is nothing but here pi by 3, which is a constant. Once the sum of angles is constant in this way, then we can make use of this kind of formula even here. That implies secant of pi by 6 minus x, okay, and this is our A, and this is secant of pi by 6 plus 6, the angle is here pi by 6 plus x, that is angle B. And now here Now here greater than or equal to how much we can write? If I use this formula secant of, if I write sum of these angles, it is pi by 6 plus pi by 6. So you will get how much here? It is pi by 3 divided by, again you got 2. Okay, sum of these two angles, 30 plus 30 you got 60. 60 divided by, again we got here, this is the value we got, students. In this way you write. Therefore this is our requirement, only the numerator. Therefore f of x divided by 2 is greater than or equal to, it is secant pi by 6. Secant pi by 6 means what is our value? It is 2 divided by root 3. And therefore if you do cross multiplication, f of x value is greater than or equal to how much? It is 4 divided by root 3. Hence here the minimum of this function is nothing but what? The minimum is 4 by root 3, and the range, if they ask here, it goes up to infinity, because secant function range we know, students, it is minus infinity to minus 1, union 1 to infinity it can take. Therefore 4 by root 3 to up to infinity we can decide as range of the function. Now let us observe, students, if it is a sine function with 3 angles, how are the 3 angles? The 3 angles, they are in between 0 and pi, such that the sum is here pi. That means however you take angles, different angles, but the sum is always a fixed value. It is 180 degrees. Implies here ABC are variables. Okay. As ABC are variables here, the value we can write in this way. Again, how we got this kind of inequality? Let's have a glance on the diagram. This is the sine curve, students, and I am taking the sine curve only from 0 to pi, because the range here they gave from 0 to pi. Now once you have taken, this is actually the sine curve, implies y is equal to sine x. Okay. So once you got sine x, implies what is our point capital A? It is nothing but a comma sine A. Okay. So the points are, we have taken a comma sine A, and next point we have taken b comma sine B. The other one is nothing but c comma sine C, right? Now what is here? Centroid. Why we have taken centroid? The reason is here the number they have used 3. That is the purpose why we have taken here centroid. So centroid, if I consider, it is sine A plus b plus c by 3, comma, the other value is sine A plus sine B plus sine C divided by 3. So these are our centroid coordinates, students. Now centroid coordinates, if you observe, this is our ordinate and this is the abscissa. Okay, so this is our centroid. And now here this abscissa value, whatever we have taken, correspondingly if you take D point, the D point is nothing but on the curve. Therefore a plus b plus c by 3, if it is the abscissa x value, then the ordinate has to be what here? Sine x. Okay, implies it is sine of how much? The value is a plus b plus c divided by 3. Okay, and therefore we can observe clearly in this one, ordinates comparison, again dt value greater than how much here? Gt. Okay, so whenever dt is greater than gt, therefore if you observe in this one, again you got what is our dt? This ordinate, that is sine of a plus b plus c divided by 3. Okay, this value is greater than how much actually here? Gt. Gt means what is that value? Sine a plus sine b plus sine c divided by 3. Okay, in this way you got, and you just, if you reverse, this is our required inequality. Moreover, equality when can we obtain here? When a, b, c all are coinciding, right? Now so observe, students, here sine a plus sine b plus sine c by 3. Just now we have taken sine of a plus b plus c by 3. Similarly cos result also same. But once you are using cos result, the angles must be only here acute. Okay, only acute angles. So here 0 less than, here we are taking a comma b comma c less than pi by 2. Whereas if you observe tan function if you observe, then how is the result? You are getting tan a plus tan b plus tan c by 3. It is greater than or equal to in this way. Okay, how you got greater than or equal to? Observe, this one is 0 to pi by 2 we have taken, students, because angles are acute. Okay, once angles are acute you have taken in this way. Now a, b, c, any 3 points on the curve if you consider, then again just like in the sine curve model, we are taking a comma tan a and next b comma tan b, similarly c comma tan c. Okay, so we are taking 3 points, students, in this way. Now these 3 points, they are on the curve, and again here we require divided by 3 implies here we have taken the centroid. So what is centroid coordinate? Ordinate value, it is tan a plus tan b plus tan c divided by 3. Okay, so this one is our centroid ordinate. But if you compare, students, centroid ordinate is here compared to here more when compared with dt. What is dt? D is exactly the corresponding ordinate values. Implies if I take a plus b plus c by 3, then correspondingly the ordinate is nothing but tan of how much? A plus b plus c divided by 3. Okay, these are which coordinates here? D coordinates. Understand? Now once you got d coordinates in this way, therefore what about the value you got here? It is greater than or equal to. What is the reason behind it? This gt is larger when compared to here dt. Therefore we obtained in this way. Understand? So students, if at all the result is given in this way, that is if a plus b plus c is pi and each of the angles they are in between 0 pi by 2, that is acute angles, then sin a plus sin b plus sin c less than or equal to. Okay, or else the maximum value of this one. Then you can make use of here the result, that is sigma sin a divided by 3 less than or equal to how much? Sin of a plus b plus c divided by 3. Okay, what is a plus b plus c here? 180 degrees. So 180 divided by 3 means 60. Sin 60 means you got root 3 by 2. So if you do cross multiplication, you will get how much this result? It is 3 root 3 divided by 2. Therefore, this is our maximum value of sin a plus sin b plus sin c when a plus b plus c is 180, and these are the values. Of course, you may think that here even if you substitute a, b, c as 60, 60 each of the values, then also we can get, but exactly we don't know whether it is a minimum value or maximum value. Okay, so you know here now it is a maximum value. If it is given as just one minimum or maximum directly in the question itself, you could substitute the value. But suppose they are not asking, so suppose they are asking exactly minimum is 3 root 3 by 2 or maximum is 3 root 3 by 2, then we must know about the reason where we are substituting a, b, c exactly, each are equal to 60 degrees. Okay, in the same way, students, cos also same thing. But what about here? Cos formula we are having, it is cos of this entire value, and this one now we are substituting a plus b plus c 60 degrees. Therefore this is cos 60 implies it is 1 by 2. So if you do cross multiplication, then you will get how much this value? 3 by 2, right? And what about in tan function? In the same way, if you write tan a tan b here, tan of a plus b plus c by 3, suppose if I write 60 degrees, so root 3 implies it is 3 root 3. So in this way we can take here some known inequalities directly. So where these will be useful here? Sometimes they ask about what is the minimum value of tan a tan b tan c. Okay, so what is the minimum value of tan a tan b tan c? Directly they ask, such that a plus b plus c equal to here 180 degrees. Okay, a plus b plus c is 180 degrees. So whenever a plus b plus c is 180 degrees, such that each of the angles is nothing but here acute angle, then again you can make use of the condition, students. So this is a plus b plus c is pi implies conditional identity in compound angles we have studies from tan function. What is this result actually? It is nothing but tan a tan b tan c. Okay, so the minimum value of tan a tan b tan c if they ask, or else the minimum value of tan a plus tan b plus tan c if they ask, both are one and the same. Both are same because of the rule here, conditional identities. Sigma tan a equal to how much there? Pi tan a. Okay, sometimes again students they may ask about cos a cos b cos c. Okay, product cos a cos b cos c they may ask. Then how we can do here product cos a cos b cos c if they ask, then simply you can make use of the result am greater than or equal to gm. Okay, that implies cos a plus cos b plus cos c divided by 3. What is this value here? It is greater than or equal to cos a into cos b into cos c whole to the power of how much this value? 1 divided by 3. If they ask about the product cos A, cos B, cos C. Okay. Then if I reverse it, then it is cos A plus cos A into cos B into cos C to the power of 1 by 3. Okay. To the power of 1 by 3 less than or equal to cos A plus cos B plus cos C, and divided by how much we are having? 3. Right. So this divided by 3. But divided by 3, students, if you write here, this is less than or equal to how much actually? 1 by 2. Understand? That implies it is less than or equal to 1 by 2. So inequalities, whenever you are substituting, it has to coincide. Suppose here it is greater than or equal to given. I am not supposed to substitute here for cos A plus cos B plus cos C. How I can substitute here directly? I can substitute directly because here less than or equal to is there, and same less than or equal to, if you continue here, you are going to get how much? This value 3 already there implies 1 by 2. That implies again this is continuing. That inequality is continuing. That is the reason here while substituting inequalities you must take care a lot. Then you got how much here? Cos A, cos B, cos C to the power of 1 by 3. How much we got? Less than or equal to 1 by 2. Okay. If you cube both the sides, then you are going to get cos A, cos B, cos C less than or equal to how much here? 1 divided by 8. So what is the maximum value of cos A, cos B, cos C here? It is 1 by 8. Again here, just like that they ask the question itself, what is the maximum of? Like this if they ask, then you could substitute A, B, C, 60, etc. But if the options are given as product cos A, cos B, cos C, they give as one option, they give here less than or equal to 1 by 8. Another option, they may give it as here greater than or equal to 1 by 8. And another option, they give less than 1 by 8. Or they may give it as here strictly greater than 1 by 8. In this way, if it is given, students, then we may get confused whether the product is taking minimum value or maximum value. Okay. Now students, observe here, suppose one of the inequality, very important, students, this one we observe in many other chapters also, in sequences and series as well as in calculus also. Suppose it is given arithmetic mth power inequality. Okay, so arithmetic mean of mth power inequality, am only, but mth power inequality. Now whenever quantities are as usual, if they are positive real numbers, then you can observe here this is nothing but arithmetic mean of mth power. Okay, arithmetic mean of mth power, but we can write this entire value in this way also. Now greater than or equal to symbol, suppose you are using, students, then this is under some conditions when m value is less than or equal to 0 or m value greater than or equal to 1. Suppose m is 0, if I substitute, what will happen here? This is 1 plus 1 plus 1 etc. n quantities, n by n it is 1. And here also what is the value? Whole power 0 implies 1. Equality satisfying. So again m is 1, if I substitute, then a1 plus etc. an by n same as again equal to. So exactly at equal values you will get the equality symbols, otherwise it is strictly greater than. Okay, now again for less than or equal to means when m is in between 0 and 1. Okay, again here also if equality is you are taking here, here also you will get equality symbol. Now this concept, it will be very useful for us while solving here in calculus as well as trigonometry etc. How they can give this kind of formulae in this type of problems. Let us observe. Suppose a data is given, students, alpha, beta, gamma, these are positive, and such that the sum of angles is nothing but 90 degrees. Implies here again alpha, beta, gamma are variables. Okay, how they are variables? Sum must be always 90. They can be in any ways. Then they gave P, Q, R are in this way. Okay, P, Q, R given like this. Now the question is, what is the maximum value of root P plus root Q plus root R? Very easy once you make use of this kind of result. Okay. So how you can write root P plus root Q plus R, root R means it is nothing but P to the power of 1 by 2 plus Q to the power of 1 by 2 plus R to the power of 1 by 2. Okay. Now here these are three quantities. Moreover, under root given implies these are obviously positive. Okay, so these are three quantities students we are having, and this 1 by 2 is here a value which is less than 1. Therefore, I am making use of this concept. So as three quantities are there, divided by 3, and 1 by 2 it is a value less than 1. So the symbol is here how much? Less than or equal to. So if I write here less than or equal to, this is P plus Q plus R divided by 3 whole to the power of how much it is? Whatever the value here it is, same value will repeat here, right? And now this is less than or equal to implies this value is nothing but how much you are getting this one. It is P plus Q plus R means add these 3. If you add these 3, 12 plus this is how much? 3, 15. And 15 plus this entire value. Okay, that implies it is nothing but 15 plus we are writing tan alpha, tan beta plus tan beta, tan gamma plus tan gamma, tan alpha. Hope all of you know about this value. The sum is under this condition. It is 1. Okay, so I am writing this value as 1 here divided by 3 to the power of 1 by 2. Okay, so once you got this value students, which rule we have applied here? Sigma tan alpha tan beta is equal to how much? It is equal to 1 when alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to 90 degrees. So this formula we have applied, and thereby I got directly, we substituted, and this one sum we have taken, and this sum is nothing but 1 to the power of 1 by 2. Therefore, what is our value now? It is this value 16 power 1 by 2 implies it is 4 divided by root 3. Okay. Now, if you do cross multiplication, then what about our answer? Root P plus root Q plus root R. It is nothing but less than or equal to 3 times implies root 3 into how much? It is 4. So, this is the maximum value which we got for root 3 as maximum. Now, again, suppose the same problem if they ask instead of root P plus root Q plus root R, if they ask about P square plus Q square plus R square, then how you can get the value? Or else suppose I am taking P cube, okay, P cube plus Q cube plus R cube if they ask. Then extreme value also we have to observe, it will change, okay, because what is the power here? We are taking 3. Okay, you are taking here power 3, and this denominator of course it is coming because number of quantities is here 3 because of that reason. Now which formula we have to apply students in this one? Which formula you are going to apply? Observe this 3 is a number which is more than 1. Okay, more than 1 implies it comes under this category. Therefore here the symbol you have to use greater than. So greater than or equal to, it is P plus Q plus R by 3 whole cube. Okay, in this way you can get. Of course, from here onwards it is as usual. We have added all these, and this is according as the formula it is 1. Therefore, the answer is here how much you can get. It is greater than or equal to 4 to the power of, that means 4 divided by root 3. Okay, but what is the value we are having? So we got here 15 plus 1 by 3 whole cube, right? Because 3 is here, we have taken this m value as it is here. Therefore, you got this one. Implies finally students how much you got? 16 cube divided by 3 cube. Okay. Now if you cancel here, that is P cube plus Q cube plus R cube divided by 3. So 1 3 if you cancel, as it is positive value, inequality remains same. So now you got here minimum value. Okay. Earlier we got which kind of value? Maximum. Because of what reason? Less than or equal to symbol is there when m is in between 0 and 1. Okay. So that you got maximum value, whereas here now you are going to get which kind of value? Minimum value of this one. Okay. So in this way students, you can make use of this concept, because how you can identify whenever you know clearly about P plus Q plus R simplification. But if at all they ask P cube, Q cube, R cube, etc., it may be a little bit complicated if you want to do cubing both sides. Moreover, you have to get a formula. Instead of all that, just make use of this concept. It is very easy. Only thing you have to identify whether this value is more than 1 or less than 1. Less than 1 also in between 0 and 1. If they give suppose power minus 1 also, okay, if at all they give power minus 1, then also you can make use, because m less than 0 implies you can use even negative also. Power minus 1, suppose students, if I write in this way again here, power minus 1, then this entire value is how much now? Minus 1. But greater than or equal to symbol remains the same, therefore minimum value it can be. So in this way you can make use of this formula like anything. That means if you know about the concept very well, then better you can make use of this formula once you know direct addition of the values, right? Now observe students, one more inequality. This is known as Cauchy-Schwarz inequality, which you got from vectors mod of a bar dot b bar is less than or equal to mod a bar mod b bar. And the meaning is here, observe, two different quantities are there. One set of quantities are a1, a2, a3 and another set of quantities are b1, b2, b3. Two different set of quantities we are having, students, because you know a bar component vector, if you consider a1 I cap plus a2 j cap plus a3 k cap, and b bar is nothing but b1 I cap plus b2 j cap plus b3 k cap. Okay. So if you take here two different kinds of quantities, then simply you can make use of this condition. Now, if a problem is asked in this way, that means they gave here 3 tan x plus etc. some value, then they are asking about what is the minimum value of sigma tan square x, implies tan square x plus tan square y plus tan square z minimum value. If at all they ask in that way, then you just identify what quantities we are separating, we are going to separate. Observe here, requirement is tan square x plus tan square y plus tan square z. Suppose I am taking these values, okay, or you can take that also. So I am taking this as here a1, correspondingly this is our b1, and if it is a2, then correspondingly this value take as b2, and next if it is a3, if it is, then this value is here b3. So that what is the data given here? a1 b1 plus a2 b2 plus a3 b3 is 20. Understand? Implies this value you know. Then what about the other? These are all known values, constants. If they are giving some a, 2a, like that, they also, they give it is a constant. Now you can make use of simply the result. Then 3 tan x plus, it is plus 4 tan y and plus 5 tan z. Okay. This entire value whole square, and this is less than or equal to. Okay. What about our a1, a2, a3 here? 3 square plus 4 square plus 5 square and into this is nothing but tan square x plus tan square y plus tan square z, that is nothing but sigma tan square x. So we can make use of the result in this way. Now the entire value, it is given as how much in the data? 20. So 20 square, it is less than or equal to, it is 9 plus 16, that is 25, 25 plus 25, it is 50 and into sigma tan square x. Therefore, just reverse the values, that implies sigma tan square x, okay, is greater than or equal to 20 into 20 divided by 50. That implies what is this answer? It is nothing but here, if I write in this way, the answer is nothing but 8, okay. So 400 divided by 50, that is nothing but 8. Hence the minimum value, okay, that implies greater than or equal to indicates the minimum value of sigma tan square x is nothing but how much here? It is equal to 8. In this way we can conclude just basing on this kind of concept. Sometimes students here 4 tan y is given, understand, but they may not ask here directly sigma tan square x. So they may ask here, suppose the value as what is the minimum value of here? It is tan square x, okay, plus 9 times here or some other value, 25 times or 9, suppose let us take 9 tan square y and plus the other one is tan square z, okay. If they ask in this way, then you may think here in this problem it is so comfortable so that we have separated all the values. Whereas if you observe in this problem, if I separate in this way, but again extra how much you are having? 8 tan square y. That means already 1 tan square y if you write, still more value you are getting. Then how to solve in this way, this kind of problem? So you have to think here, 9 anyhow you have to get here. Therefore to obtain 9, simply I will do one thing here. That is, here I am writing this value as 4 by 3. And into this as how much? 3 tan y, okay. In this way students, if I write, then what will happen if you do simplification? this is your which kind of value a2, and then this value is what here b2. Okay, it is just however you want to get the formula, you can modify it, only constant adjustment, so nothing will happen. Then I can do this problem as here 9 tan square y. Therefore here how much you will write, this entire value is as it is 4 tan y only, this entire value, because the data given in terms of that. And now here what will happen, this is 4 by 3 whole square. Okay, this value you will get 4 by 3 whole square, and this value you got how much now, it is nothing but tan square x. Okay, plus what is the value, 3 tan y whole square, b2 square. B2 square means 3 tan y whole square, that implies 9 tan square y, and plus what is the other value, tan square z. Okay, so then again you can obtain, substitute the value, and thereby we can do the simplification. So however they give the constant terms adjustment, like that you just can separate them, and thereby we can obtain minimum value. Okay. Now let us observe, students, these model problems. These are in tan function, and you know all of you, tan range is nothing but set of all real numbers, and therefore just we can make use of the tan function as the range is all the real numbers. We want to use here some result. Of course here they give under the conditions, that is theta is not equal to odd multiples of pi by 2. All those conditions apply. Okay. Now whenever they ask you about range of these kind of functions, then what is the method? First, if at all whatever possibility is there, reduce in terms of tan. Now secant square you can write as 1 plus tan square. Here also we can write 1 plus tan square. So first let us observe, students, we consider let y equal to, we are starting, let y equal to secant square means it is 1 plus tan square theta minus tan theta divided by the denominator is 1 plus tan square theta plus tan theta. Okay, now you can observe clearly it is a quadratic in tan, right? Now we want to consider actually y value like this, because we want to take a quadratic in tan function, and using the tan function we can find here y value. Okay, finally the interest is what about y values. To that purpose, just let us do cross multiplication and reduce in tan quadratic equation. Then if I write in that way, students, then you can get tan square theta into it is y minus 1 plus tan theta into how much we'll get, y plus 1. Okay, plus the other value is y minus 1 is equal to 0. So this is the quadratic equation if you cross multiply and reduce. Now it is of what form exactly? Ax square plus bx plus c is 0. Therefore, whenever x is real, then we write a discriminant value as how much? Greater than or equal to 0. So here also you know tan range, tan theta range is nothing but all the real numbers under suitable domain. Therefore, using that concept as tan theta is belonging to R and it is a quadratic equation in tan theta, therefore we are making use of discriminant greater than or equal to 0. That implies what is your A here? This is your A and this is your B and this value is our C. So B square implies y plus 1 whole square minus 4 into AC. So y minus 1 whole square greater than or equal to 0. So we can do this one as it is comfortable for write 2 into a perfect square. So I am writing like this. Okay. Then what about if you use a square minus b square formula? Even you can expand directly also, no error, you can get the answer. And this into y plus 1, it is minus 2 into y minus 1 greater than or equal to 0. Then if I do simplification, it is 3y minus 1 and here you get 3 minus y, okay, 3 minus y greater than or equal to 0. But what is our interest, students? Here we want to apply whenever inequality linear function implies, we want to use wavy curve approach. To that purpose, I am multiplying here by minus sign. So if you multiply by minus sign, what will happen here? The value is nothing but 3y minus 1 and into y minus 3 less than or equal to 0. That implies using wavy curve method, y belongs to here what? 1 by 3 comma 3. That implies this only we have taken as y. Therefore, this entire value is in between what actually? 1 by 3 and 3. Hence, what is range of this function, students? 1 by 3 comma 3. Moreover, 1 by 3 is known as minimum value and maximum value is 3, right? And next one, the other problem also you can go ahead in the same process. That means it is a quadratic in what function again? Tan you are observing. Therefore, just in the same manner if you start, y is equal to how much? 7 plus 6 tan and minus tan square divided by 1 plus tan square, right? And if I do cross multiplication, tan square into, it is y plus 1 and plus y, okay, tan value I require tan, but what is the value here? Minus 6, and after that I get y minus 7 is equal to 0. So again we can apply the same concept, that is discriminant value greater than or equal to 0, that is b square minus 4ac. Then you can obtain clearly this thing. That implies what are our values here? 36 minus 4 into y plus 1 into y minus 7 is greater than or equal to 0, right? If I divide by 4, then it is 9 minus, and if I multiply, it is y square, and minus 7y plus y implies minus 6y minus 7 greater than or equal to 0. That implies if I multiply by minus symbol again, y square minus 6y, and here you got how much actually the value. If I do simplification, this is 9 students we are having, or directly I am writing, it is 9 minus, okay, minus y square plus 6y, and 9 plus 7 means plus 16, okay, greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, if I multiply by minus symbol, y square minus 6y minus 16 is less than or equal to 0. Now, what are our factors here? 8 2's are our factor. So, if I write the equation, 8 2's implies it is y minus 8 into y plus 2. Okay, this value is less than or equal to 0. Again, if you use wavy curve approach, then you got y belonging to how much here? It is minus 2 comma how much? 8. Okay, minus 2 comma 8 you got. Therefore, the minimum value how much you can consider? Minus 2, and maximum value it is 8. Sometimes in the answer, if they give open interval etc., you can just observe whether exactly it is taking it or not.